Mitch McConnell and the amount of neurons firing in his skull have fallen and they can't get up. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you could blow me. I ain't the only. You so lonely, insecure, they don't control me. I ain't the only.
What is up? I'm your host, Adrian, and I'm here to run my mouth. Now, if you really want to hear me run my mouth, make sure that you go on to patreon.com/Adrian Expression for my podcast. The girls over there, the patrons over there, they are so crazy. We always have so much fun. It is definitely more uncut, unfiltered than it is on YouTube, so check my description box for that. Also my other channel, y'all already know. Let's talk. Ever since I started referring to Elon Musk as Elon's Musk, it's so stupid. I can't help referring to him that way every single time I talk about him. So if you're wondering what's going on in the world of Elon's Musk and Twitter and all this stuff, just real quick, because there was another situation that he was really dragging the hell out of a former employee that didn't really know if they were fired or not, and it was just this whole thing when Twitter had apparently hired this person's company to do work for them, and Elon Musk gonna hop on Twitter acting like he ain't know who they was. It was this whole entire thing, but I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about this one. So this article says, and I'm gonna skip right through it, but it says, at Twitter basically, no one knows who's next for the chop. Listen to this shit. Managers were recently told to provide a list of people who ought to be promoted, says one former staff member still in touch with someone who remains working. Little did they realize they were signing their own death warrant. Many of those managers were subsequently fired and replaced by those that they'd recommended as part of a cost-cutting drive. Elon ain't shit. Elon ain't shit. Walking around, first of all, I heard that he was walking around Twitter HQ with bodyguards and shit, and I said on Twitter that he thought he was somebody's fucking, I don't know, Robert Baratheon? Like, you thought you were the Mad King, walking around here with a fucking Kingsguard. Like, bitch, I was hollering. Apparently that's going on, but imagine Elon come up to you and say, hey girl, your boss come up to you and say, hey girl, who do you recommend be promoted next? And they are about to be promoted next. Terrible. Like, I can't imagine, I always say this, but I can't imagine running a company and knowing that the people who work in your company are the only reason why your company is even doing anything and treating them that way. Terrible. Terrible. And that's the tip of the iceberg, babes. Nick Cannon posted this video or some shit advertising, like this trailer advertising this new show called Who's Having My Baby, right? And of course, when I first saw the quality of it and I saw just how jokey it was, I felt like this kind of seems like a hoax, y'all. This because it was a whole ad, it was a whole trailer and everything, right? At first I was like, I don't know, this looks like it's a joke, like it's a trick, because obviously the premise of this thing that he announced was like a competition reality TV show where these women come up and he gets to pick which one will be next to have his baby. And I was just like, it gives me troll energy, it gives me troll. But at the same time, I don't put anything past the cis hats. I don't put anything past the cis hat. So I was just like, okay, I didn't say anything about it. I don't know if it was a day later or a couple hours later, but he came out and said it was a hoax and that what he's actually planning is this show called Celebrity Prank Wars. And I was just like, the Baby Factory babes, I thought the Baby Factory, Nick Cannon, is already in full swing, but I thought it was about to be in even fuller of a swing. I said, what? I mean, it's a genius way to promote it. They said that Kevin Hart gonna be in it, and that's the only Hart that I can live without. That was funny, I ain't gonna lie. That's the only Hart that I can definitely live without. But I thought it was fun. I thought it was a smart way to promote your show, because girl, the girls are dragging you for having a whole entire kindergarten class worth of children in your not even in your home, in other people's homes. Oops. Because Nick knows that a lot of people are joking about the fact that, if he and his children got in some cars to go to a restaurant, it would end up looking like a funeral procession. It would look like when the funeral gets in their cars, they go from the service to the motherfucking cemetery to repast. Like, girl, that's exactly what it would look like. So, very smart way to do it. But I honestly thought that you were about to have these girls up here competing for peen. Compete for peen. Compete for peen. face. Next topic. I'm not playing with you. Help Mitch McConnell and that snapping turtleneck has fallen. And he could barely get dead ass back up. Mitch McConnell has been hospitalized after falling at a hotel in Washington, D.C. Apparently, Mitch McConnell has a concussion now. Apparently, he was at some dinner at this hotel and he didn't fell over. He didn't fell out at the Red Lobster. He wasn't at the Red Lobster, he was at a hotel, but you know what I'm talking about. Just like Professor X's hair, you see what I'm saying? Just like my teeth in elementary school, Mitch McConnell done fell out. Okay? Now keep in mind that this is not the first time that it has been reported that Mitch McConnell's string bean shaped head ass has fallen. This is a headline from August 5th, 2019. Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell fractured his shoulder Sunday after falling in his Kentucky home. So I don't know if gravity can stand any more signs. I don't know if the spin of this planet can stand any more signs. I don't know if, you know, the rotation of the solar system around the Milky Way. I don't know how much movement is necessary, is needed, how many fucking forces are needed to make plain, to make clear to Mitch McConnell that he need to sit his ass down. Mitch McConnell need to sit his ass down, bitch. If you fucking up, politicians be fucking over everybody's lives, especially these Republican ass politicians, these conservatives, they be fucking over everybody's lives, discriminating against whole groups of people. They be racist as fuck, they be racist as hell, girl. And then you got the nerve to fall not only once but twice. Who knows how many times your ass to fall? You got the nerve to be doing all this shit, not even interpreting, not even internalizing, realizing that every time you fall, that's the fucking world, that's the universe, that's the force. That's the force, bitch. That's the one power from Wheel of Time. That's the spirit realm from Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, telling your dumb ass to sit your ass down. Now your ass got a concussion. In the hospital for a fucking concussion. Tell Mitch McConnell to sit his ass down. Then maybe he won't be fighting with gravity so hard, the way that he be fighting so hard to not be perceived as a bigot, even though that's exactly what his dumb ass is. Get Mitch McConnell out my fucking face. Just like gravity told his ass to get his ass off his feet, all right? And face plant. I ain't never seen a tortoise, I ain't never seen no snapping turtle not be able to take no hints. If you keep falling your ass down, that means you need to sit it down. Oh, I'm so sick of his ass. And clearly the laws of physics are sick of his ass as well. Sit your ass down. All right, y'all, you want to hear about some hypocritical politicians, some politicians who seem to be so religiously anti-gay in public, but it's some sweetness going on behind closed doors. It's some sugar in their tank. This is coming from TN Holler. Tennessee is currently leading the nation in anti-LGBT hate with 26 anti-LGBTQ bills moving through the legislature. Last week, Governor Lee made national news for quickly signing a cruel trans youth healthcare ban and the nation's first drag show felony bill, which threatens to lock up drag performers. What made the bill even more absurd was the revelation that Governor Lee himself had dressed in drag on a school campus in front of minors back in 1977. Now we're talking about Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally, who it turns out has been openly leaving heart emojis and other encouraging comments under very racy pics on the Instagram page of a young gay male aspiring performer named Franklin McClure, who grew up in Knoxville. Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally is from Oak Ridge, but represents parts of Knoxville, where he lives with his wife Janice. They have 2 adult daughters. McNally is Roman Catholic. You can look at some of the pics here that he was over here, you know, getting his life. You know, leaving comments, very, very excited underneath this young man's pictures. Now, McNally did not deny this. He just didn't even say that he got hacked or anything. This was a response coming from his camp, trying to imply something sinister or inappropriate about a great-grandfather's use of social media says more about the mind of the left-wing operative making the implication than it does about Randy McNally. As anyone in Tennessee politics knows, Lieutenant Governor McNally is a prolific social media commenter. He takes great pains to view every post he can and frequently posts encouraging things to many of his followers. Does he always use the proper emoji at the proper time? Maybe not, but he enjoys interacting with constituents and Tennesseans of all religions, backgrounds, and orientations on social media. He has no intention of stopping. I bet he does have no intention of stopping. I don't understand how y'all get up on here pretending like y'all actually do want to talk to people of other, backgrounds and identities and shit, when all you want to do, if you ever come into contact with their ass, is fetishize the fuck out their ass, use them for your own gratification, then discard them and ignore them, or keep them in your little corner while you go on to do your anti-LGBTQ tirade in government and in law. I don't care what kind of debates y'all have. I don't care if y'all talk about I'm problematic for saying this shit. The only time I don't give a shit about people being outed is when they're on a tirade, especially politicians, putting LGBTQ hate in their laws and making other queer people's lives hell in this country. Out their ass. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You a politician, you over here twirling around in the dark with the gay community while also making sure that their lives is a fucking living hell, and you can kind of stay away from the hell that you created just a little bit because you're a politician. They ain't gonna touch your ass like that. But if you're going around doing that shit and you're in the dark playing with pain, out they ass, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, it's very interesting to watch y'all hate gays in public, hate the queer community in public, but y'all playing around in drag, y'all playing around with men, y'all playing around with pink, you know what I mean, in private. No girl, we're clocking your ass, cause we out here about to die, like for real, like we dying. Like, we're clocking your ass. Yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I definitely did enjoy making it. Like I said, make sure you check out my description box for my Patreon and my other channel and also some other stuff. And make sure that you have a good goddamn day.